This is the cake we'll be making today. It consists of 1 box of Betty Crocker Devil's Food cake mix, 3 large eggs, 1 cup of ice cold water, 1 cup of mayonnaise, and 2 cans of Betty Crocker frosting. This is probably one of the quickest recipes I've ever done. We're going to put our mix in the bowl along with all of our other ingredients. We're going to drop our pan and squeegee off the beater. And we will pour it into our pan. As you can see here, I just slipped my pan into an actual bag from the vegetable department at Kroger. And there you have it. Now, it's been 3 minutes, or 5 minutes I should say. And the oven is now preheated to 350 degrees. Now, the same as last time, I buttered my pan with a thin meshed strainer. I'm just gonna powder my pan. Over floury, that's fine, because you can just turn it over and dump the excess. Now I really overdone it, but I will just shake it off and pour it out into a trash bin. Now I'll admit I'm a little obsessive, I guess, with separating the batter into 2 pans to make sure that it's right. I know how much my bowl weighs, so what I will do is weigh my bowl, subtract the bowl weight, and divide that by 2. Okay, I've got all my ingredients in the bowl. I'm going to set it up. And start mixing it. We're going to mix it on low for about 30 seconds. Then we're going to put it a little bit higher for about 5 minutes. Get some air in there. So we'll come back after 5. Hello and welcome once again to Cooking with Santa. Today we're going to make a chocolate cake from a very popular restaurant. I refrain from using their name. It's a Decadent chocolate cake. This is the recipe that I got that apparently they use. Believe it or not, Betty Crocker Devil's Food cake mix. And Betty Crocker frosting. You can use creamy chocolate or dark chocolate, whatever you prefer. So the recipe calls for the box here, 3 eggs, a cup of very cold water, and a cup of mayonnaise. Yes, mayonnaise. So we're going to prepare our 9-inch pans, and we're going to mix up our batter. Now I go by grams simply because it's more accurate. So the bowl's coming in at 1,708 grams. The bowl itself empty weighs 722. So I get that 900 and something and divide it, and it gives me my number to fill up each pan. Okay, our time is up. We're going to give it the poke test. Excellent. It's coming out nice and clean. So we're going to take our pans out of the oven and set them on to cool. And here's the finished cake. I got a couple of new tools. This one is actually a slicer where you can measure it how thick you want to, and you can slice your cakes in half to make layers. So this ended up as a 4-layer. And then I have here a little scraper just to give it a little design. So it comes out to 493 grams per pan. I'll put my pan on my scale, zero it out, and then pour my batter till I get my 493 grams. A little over. There we are. Next pan. Zero it out. Why do I have to zero it out? Well, it's because one pan might have a little bit more flour on it than the other. And there you have it. Have both my pans filled. Turn my scale off. Oven is already preheated, so now all we have to do is pop it into the oven. Baking time on this is going to be 30 to 32 minutes. And we're going to let it rest for at least 5 minutes before we try to take it out of the pan. So we'll come back after the cakes are done.